I like the smell of fresh evergreen greenery around Christmas time. And decorating Christmas trees is one of the most exciting moments during the entire holiday season. I hate artificial Christmas trees that leave my house with this toxic plastic scent, and I've always tried to avoid that. I do have one in my garage covered with dust. I did purchase one when I was naive, thinking that this will help me save some money and the environment. Come on now, the environment? No kidding. It'll take up to 100 years to be decomposed. But if you really care about the environment, I want to share with you my experience, and you can judge me based on this video if you think it's worth it. I hope many people know that it takes approximately 15 years total to grow a 6 to 7 foot evergreen Christmas tree. Farmers normally plant 1 to 2 foot young trees that are already 5 years old, but it will need another 8 to 10 years until it's grown to Christmas tree size, can be cut and sold on the market. This fact always makes me wonder, how is it possible that farmers profit from this at all? It's not like you just plant a tree and walk away for 7 to 10 years. Growing trees takes a lot of work, land, fertilizer, energy. Now look at this Fraser fir at the box store, costing $30 to $80 depending on size. How old are these trees? 15 to 20 years old? Do you know that Fraser fir is an endangered species in their natural habitat native to the Appalachian Mountains of the southeastern United States? And seed production may begin when trees are 15 years old. Fraser fir also needs special weather conditions to grow. A climate which is cool and moist with short cool summers and cold winters with heavy snowfall. Imagine if all of these trees were never cut down. We could have a nice forest. And now, how will it look just 2-3 weeks in our home, naked, dry, dead, with all the needles lost? Some very sad looking pictures. I hope many people feel the same way and can see how it's such a waste of our natural resources. I came up with the idea that I can spend my money, have a living evergreen tree in my house without ever cutting it down. And I'm pretty sure that everyone can do this. At the end of November, I pay a visit to our local nurseries or garden centers looking for a nice tree. Normally around this time of year, many places put these potted evergreen trees on sale with a price cut up to 50 to 60% off label prices. There are many varieties that can be used for this purpose. Alberta dwarf spruce, Ontario white pine, cedar, Douglas fir. I got this year Picea Glauca in Latin, or Montrose charm, or white spruce. Some trees are still expensive, but some are worth the same amount of money as a cut balsam fir or Fraser fir at a box store. Besides, it's a living tree. Can you imagine if I start planting one tree every year of my life instead of buying cut down trees? I would already plant a park of trees. And it doesn't matter if you live in a house or an apartment or have land or property. I can plant them after Christmas in the garden or back in nature. You can also donate it to a conservation park or your city parks as well, as long as I keep it alive until January. I put the tree in a wide container without drainage holes and add some good soil like black earth. It is really hot and dry in our home, so I have to make sure to keep the soil moist all the time. And I start to decorate the tree, wrapping the bottom with this fabric and Christmas mesh. First, I wrap up the lights and I place my angel on top. Then I begin to place all of my favorite toys. I kept the tree in the living room because the temperature is low. It is wise to have your living tree close to a window or have extra bright lights to provide low-level photosynthesis. It is also good to increase humidity, and everyday watering is needed. I did prepare a hole in the ground in my backyard back in November, just before the ground froze. After the holidays, I will take my tree outside and plant it in the ground. It is recommended to keep the tree in your house for no more than 2 weeks because the tree can mistake the warm temperature as springtime and will try growing new needles prematurely. These sharp temperature changes can definitely be a big shock to my tree if I keep it long enough in the house, and that can reduce the chances for successful planting. I will keep it there in my backyard until spring and replant it to the place it'll grow for a very, very long time. Because typically, evergreen trees spend a very long life. They can live up to 700 years. This particular tree, Picea Glauca, can live up to 250 years. Isn't that amazing?